The secret psychology of truly charming women. There's a kind of woman whose presence feels like sunlight through an open window. She doesn't try to draw attention, but somehow, people notice her. Not because she's the loudest or demands attention, but because she carries a kind of peace that makes others want to stay longer. And the strange thing is, her charm doesn't seem rehearsed. It feels natural. Like she was born knowing something most people spend a lifetime chasing. Welcome to For Every Woman XO, the space that reminds you that real charm isn't learned, it's remembered. It's already within you, waiting for you to move through the world like the woman who knows her presence is enough. So like and subscribe, because your effortless magnetism is ready to rise. Today, we're uncovering the effortless effect, the secret psychology behind women whose charm feels subconscious. The ones who don't perform, but still leave you wondering, what is it about her? The truth about charm. Let's start with something most people misunderstand. Charm isn't something you do. It's something you create. Charm isn't about appearance. It's about experience. When people describe a charming woman, they're really describing how she makes them feel. Ease, warmth, curiosity, a little spark. It's not a strategy or a set of gestures. It's an emotional atmosphere. When you meet a truly charming woman, what you're really feeling is ease. A quiet self-assurance. A calm confidence that gives you permission to relax too. Because charm isn't about beauty or perfection. It's about how people feel around you. The truth is, charming women don't try to charm. They just make people feel good being around them. And that's power most people don't even understand. And that feeling comes from energy, not effort. The nervous system connection. Here's something fascinating. Charm is not just social. It's biological. When a person is calm and regulated, their energy communicates safety. And the people around them unconsciously mirror that calm. That's why some women seem magnetic. They carry stillness like perfume. They speak softly, but you remember their words. They move slowly, yet their presence lingers long after they've left the room. They don't chase attention. Attention finds them, because everyone's nervous system loves peace. It's the reason why the calm friend is always the one everyone calls in a crisis. No one ever says, "Call the loud one, she'll make it better." Of course, they want the woman who can breathe through the storm. The law of ease. Here's the secret. Tension repels. Ease attracts. People don't consciously think, "She's relaxed, I like her." They feel it. Ease communicates emotional safety. And emotional safety is the foundation of attraction. Romantic, platonic, professional. All of it. The woman who walks through life without needing to prove herself has a kind of magnetic silence. She doesn't fill every pause. She doesn't rush to impress. She lets the moment breathe. That quiet confidence, the ease of being at home in your own body, is the purest form of charm. It's like tea, too hot and no one can hold it. Just warm enough, and everyone wants a sip. Charm works the same way. So when you stop trying to prove your worth or to manage people's reactions, your natural charm turns on. Presence over performance. Most people mistake charm for performance. They think it's about being witty, graceful, or perfectly put together. But real charm is rooted in presence. Charming women make you feel seen. They listen as if you're the only person in the world at that moment. Their eyes don't wander. Their mind isn't somewhere else. Presence is hypnotic because it's rare. Everyone's distracted. But she's here. And when someone gives you their full attention, your nervous system relaxes. You feel valued, and that feeling becomes memory. That's why long after she's gone, you'll still remember her. Not because of what she said, but because of how she made you feel safe to be yourself. The subtle signals of emotional intelligence. True charm lives in subtlety. It's in the soft tone of voice when someone's nervous. In the graceful way she pauses before responding. in her ability to sense emotion and hold space for it without judgment. Charming women aren't trying to control the room. They're simply in tune with it. Their sensitivity isn't weakness. It's awareness. They read the emotional current like a quiet symphony. That's why they leave such a lasting impression. They move with emotional intelligence, not emotional noise. If energy had sound, theirs would be a cello. Deep, steady and warm. Not a trumpet trying to be heard, but a melody you feel. In a nutshell, charm is basically emotional intelligence in heels. The paradox of effortless charm. The paradox is, the more you try to be charming, the less charming you become. Because charm thrives in authenticity and dissolves in performance. When your energy says, I trust myself, people trust you too. When your energy says, I'm comfortable, others feel comfortable around you. So the real key isn't adding more, it's removing tension. Letting go of the need to impress, to be understood or to be liked. Charm begins the moment you no longer need validation to feel valuable. And that's what makes it effortless. It's not created. It's allowed. You could think of charm like perfume again. When it's light, people lean closer. When it's heavy, they step back. The magic is always in the balance. The feminine art of subtle power. The most charming women have mastered a gentle paradox. They are both soft and certain. Soft in tone, certain in spirit. Soft in presence, certain in boundaries. Because ultimately, the psychology of charm isn't about others. It's about you. Your peace, your presence, your emotional regulation. That's the foundation. They don't need to prove anything, because their energy already speaks. They don't rush to be understood, because they understand themselves. That's what makes them magnetic. Their power is quiet but undeniable. In a world that rewards noise, their stillness feels like luxury. And luxury always draws attention, not because it asks for it, but because it feels different. So the secret psychology of charming women isn't about tricks or tactics. It's about a calm mind, a kind heart, and an anchored sense of self. The secret psychology of charming women isn't a strategy, it's a state. The more you come home to yourself, the more naturally magnetic you become. Because ease is rare, presence is rare, unbothered joy is rare. And in a world obsessed with performance, the woman who feels real becomes unforgettable. The woman who knows who she is and doesn't rush to prove it will always be magnetic. Because in a world full of noise, peace is power. And when you embody peace, you become unforgettable. That's the effortless effect. If this spoke to you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because your natural charm is already within you, waiting to be remembered. Share this with a woman who's a natural charmer, or one who's just beginning to realize the quiet power she carries. And when you're ready to go deeper, watch next. Why real sophistication has nothing to do with wealth. Here, I share what truly defines refinement. The moment a woman realizes that elegance isn't about having more but needing less. You'll find the link in the description box below. See you in the next video. You are for every woman XO.